Hello YouTube world, Pretend Farmer here. Today we're going to talk about something that you almost never hear anything about in the chicken community. It's a rare condition that happens sometimes with chickens where their head goes upside down. Before I explain any further, why don't we just go ahead and cut to the footage and I'll let you see what I came home to the other day. My chicken's head has went upside down. I'm not really sure what to do here. Like, do you try and straighten it out? I don't know. She's definitely got some sort of cramp or something. This is a mystery. I don't really know what to do here. So the Pretend Farmer did some research. It's called wry neck. W-R-Y neck. And it's basically where their neck gets drawn up. They've got muscles that go all the way around their neck. And what happens is you'll have muscles on one side of the chicken's neck will start to contract and it pulls their head sideways and they end up walking around kind of looking up towards the sky. Now this is caused by a deficiency in vitamin E typically, and the good news is it's almost 100% curable. It takes anywhere from 24 hours, I've been told, all the way up to maybe a month. Let me show you the precautions that I went ahead and took whenever I discovered that this was what was going on with my chicken. Just like with any injury, the first thing you want to do with your chicken is get her away from the rest of the flock. She was actually getting picked on pretty bad because, let's face it, chickens are bullies. And when they noticed something was wrong with her, they were all pecking at her. They weren't letting her get over to the food. So I brought her in the house and fixed her a plate of eggs with the shells in. Not only is that a good, nutritious meal for a chicken, but it's easier for her to pick at these larger chunks of eggs than it is her feed. And even though her head is sideways, she readily gobbled up these eggs. Now, most chickens that die from this condition, it's because they can't actually eat or drink. So your chicken might need a little help with this. Because, as you know, chickens have to be able to turn their head back to swallow water. They can't just slurp it up like a dog. So it's very difficult for a chicken to drink when their neck is upside down like this. So definitely with water, make sure that they have some help. You can tell there she's really struggling to try and drink. And for the first day or so, I had to really help her with this. Sometimes I even had to hold her head up straight to help her swallow the water that she was drinking. So definitely your chicken needs special attention when they have this condition. So what the Pretend Farmer did for treatment is I went to my local farm store and I got some of this Layer Boost. It's actually not a bad idea to give this to your chickens ever so often just for the heck of it. It's got all sorts of good vitamins for them. It's like making them Kool-Aid. You just mix this in with their water. And it does, on the back, it shows that it has a pretty good source of vitamin E. So I knew right away this was a good thing to start giving my chicken. So I mixed that in with her water. Also, it doesn't hurt to boost their selenium, which is a mineral. And usually foods that have a lot of vitamin E contain selenium too. So things like broccoli, asparagus, tuna, feed your chickens things like that. And you can do your research there. There's all sorts of whole list of foods that are good for that. But I changed her diet. I started pumping some vitamins in this chicken, mainly through water. I did feed her some tuna. Within just 2 to 3 days, check out the progress we've made. Yeah, she's still got a little bit of a neck cramp. You can see there's a slight twist there. But she's able to eat and drink on her own. She's able to peck around on the ground. She's able to function with the flock. And I think she's going to make a full recovery. So that's what's going on right now on the Pretend Farm. You guys go ahead and leave me a comment if any of you other Pretend Farmers out there has ever had to deal with this problem. So far, I haven't met anybody that even knows what it is. So naturally, something weird like this would happen on the Pretend Farm. But we're confident she's going to get better. Good things are happening here on the Pretend Farm.